I'm getting the house cleaned up a little bit today, putting all the bits that I chopped up from the flooring in this room into the garbage can. I got 2 more garbage cans full that I need to wait till next week to throw out. But I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the stuff that we found. So last week when we were pulling up this flooring, there's a layer of linoleum that is on top of the original subfloor. And we also found an additional crawl space access hole. It's just right over here behind me. And in addition to that crawl space access hole, there's actually plumbing over here on this side of the house. So there's probably like a bathroom or a kitchenette or something like that over on this side. A lot of the wood in that area was rotted out, so I'm guessing whatever it was leaked. The plumbing is small, so it's not like it's a toilet or anything. Definitely just like a sink or a washroom, something like that. Unless, of course, they took the toilet plumbing out, which probably wouldn't be too surprising. Looking at the crawl space where the main stack is, you can actually, I saw where the pipe from this side of the house meets up with it. So I should have noticed that earlier, but you know, I thought it was an interesting little find. Another thing that just popped up behind me right there, I took down the door that was sealed off. That's going to be the master bedroom bathroom door, so it needs to be framed in anyway. It's also one of the openings that doesn't have a header originally, so even though it does support a little bit of weight, it's not really designed to do that, and that's just because the house was built 100 years ago. But when I took the door frame off, it had a layer of just wood paneling covering up some stuff, and I was really afraid to take it off because I've taken a lot of wood paneling off walls in this house and just found some really what I consider shocking things. So I want to show you what that kind of looks like. Okay, so this is the additional crawl space, and you can see the pipe stub come out of the floor right there. But over here, after I took that paneling down, this wall is all original with the old wallpaper, which is pretty cool. If you look at it, there's a little thing that says Mace on it. There's like a teapot and a cake thing, but down here is what I wanted to show you guys. So this house, built in 1888, was made from 2 layers of brick. This has happened in a couple different areas where the adobe brick has basically turned to dust. So this will have to be patched up. I actually patched up some other masonry over here previously, and I deleted on accident all of the footage of this, but this all was patched in. So when I took the wall that was in front of this off, there was nothing there. And here you can actually see a little bit easier what the reason why this whole wall hasn't collapsed, even though the bottom half isn't there. So if you look right here, this brick is turned sideways, and so it's actually connected. It sits on top of the outside layer of brick, and then it hangs out over, like it sits inside the interior rows of bricks. So because that was still there all the way across, this wall didn't completely collapse, even though there was nothing here. Also on this side, if you look, this wall is all exterior brick. You can see where the original transom window and everything would go. This side was completely collapsed as well. So, and there's a spot over there by the window, and then a spot over by these original front door that is also collapsed. So here you see the adobe has completely fallen apart. This side's been cleaned up, so that's why it looks pretty clean. And I've done some repointing right here with new mortar, the softer stuff. I had to add a little bit of cement in there. It makes it a little stiffer, but otherwise it wouldn't stick. So I've actually needing to rebuild this section of wall with a pile of bricks that I have, either that or pour a piece of concrete in place. The original header, which sits on the bricks, obviously isn't supported right there. And so right now I just have it temporarily supported with this 2x4 so that it doesn't come crashing down. And same thing on this side, I'll have to do some repairs. These walls are gonna get studded over. So even though they're not structural right now, they won't continue to be, because I'll have studs running from the floor joists all the way to the ceiling there. And up here you can actually see the ceiling sits, you know, right on top of the outside row of bricks. So yeah, those are some of the things that I'll be needing to fix here in the next couple days, or weeks or months, depending on, you know, how long everything takes. So I'm gonna finish cleaning up that spot real fast, and then we can move on to, you know, the big project in this video. All right, so a couple weeks ago, we talked about how the floor joists in the back room, back half of the house, are not long enough, and how they were spliced together with a butt splice and a little overlapping 2x4. Some of them were cut, some of them have rotted away. So today I'm gonna start digging holes for the foundations for the posts. So what I'm gonna do is basically pour probably 3 concrete foundation footers, which will then hold a post and beam underneath that splice joint. So what that'll do is allow the joists that are there to actually have something to rest on. There is going to be a couple of problems that I'm going to run into. The first of which is that the old drain pipe and water supply pipe that go from the old kitchen to the main sewer, they are going to be in the way. So I'm gonna have to remove that in addition to digging the holes. There's also a gas line that runs in that same place. Now the gas line does appear to be flexible enough and is currently sitting on top of a cross brace. They nail the flat, it looks like a 1x6 to the bottom of the joists, and both the gas line and the water supply lines both run above that. However, the drain pipe runs underneath. So for the stuff that runs above, that can all stay, and for the stuff that runs below, probably gonna have to get rid of that and either move it so that it runs, you know, above that, you know, the joist line, so that I can put the beam underneath there, or just remove it completely and replace it, because there are going to be drains and plumbing and stuff like that over here on this side of the room. So that's what I'm gonna be working on today and for the next few days, probably. Got my shovel, so let's start digging and see how good or bad the dirt is. If it's super soft, we'll probably have to go down pretty far. I also have to keep in mind I need to be down, I want to say it's like 18 inches at least, to get down below the frost line. The bottom of the crawl space is 3 or 4 feet down, so hopefully I won't have to go down too much further in order to pour the footers. So let's get started.